Part 1, Unit 2, Gateway. The waves were perfect for surfing. Dave, however, just could not stay on his board. He had tried more than 10 times to stand up, but never managed it. He felt that he would never succeed. He was about to give up when he looked at the sea one last time. The swelling waves seemed to say, "Come on, Dave, one more try." Taking a deep breath, he picked up his board and ran into the water. He waited for the right wave. Finally, it came. He jumped up onto the board just like he had practiced, and this time, standing upright, he battled the wave all the way back to shore. Walking out of the water joyfully, he cheered, "Wow, I did it!" Exercise 1. On her 7th birthday, Margaret was brought into the kitchen, and stood before her was a large, mysterious object wrapped in a sheet. Her parents sang happy birthday, then pulled off the sheet to reveal a bright red tricycle with a basket, ribbons on the handlebars, and a shiny bell. She was thrilled. She could not wait to take it into the garden and try it out. She sat upon the seat, held on to the handlebars, got her feet onto the pedals, and began to go round the garden path. What a lovely feeling to be on the move without her feet touching the ground. She cycled slowly and cautiously, looking straight ahead to ensure she kept to the path. Her father walked by her side, trotting a little when she went faster. Exercise 2. "Honey, what's the matter?" I asked immediately upon hearing my wife's frantic voice on the phone. She was crying and nearly hysterical. Immediately, my heart began to race. Finally, my wife blurted out, "It's Kevin." "Oh no," I thought. I asked, "Did he fall into the pool?" It was my worst nightmare coming to life. My 18-month-old son had drowned in our own backyard. "No," Sandy said. "It's his toenails." I wasn't sure I'd heard right. "His toenails?" "Yeah," she said. "They're purple." "Purple?" I was really confused now. What happened? Did somebody hit him? No, he colored them with a magic marker. I couldn't help it. I burst out laughing. Little Kevin had always shown a predisposition toward art, but this creative act really beat them all. "What are you laughing about?" Sandy asked, horrified. "Little boys do things like that," I replied. "That's the funniest thing I've ever heard." Exercise 3. Chase was up early on the appointed day. He fed his rabbits, dogs, and cats, and even found time to rake leaves in the backyard. Before Chase and his mother left the house, he filled his jacket pocket with sugar cubes for the golden-maned mare, who he knew would be waiting for him. To Chase, it seemed an eternity before his mother turned the car off the main road and down the lane to the Raker farm. Anxiously, Chase strained his eyes for a glimpse of the mare that he loved so much. As they drew closer to the farmhouse and barns, he looked, but Lady was nowhere to be seen. Chase's pulse pounded as he looked for the horse trailer. It was not there. Both the trailer and horse were gone. His worst nightmare had become a reality. Someone had surely bought the horse, and he would never see her again. Exercise 4. The house behind him, standing up gray, was a far more terrible thing than it had been when they faced it. By common consent, they hurried a little as they walked fast along among the dead leaves. The wind, too, was at their back now, and flung fluttering things about their legs and against their ears. They were afraid to look round, and yet afraid to go on without glancing behind them. Halfway down the drive, too, they heard a rustling among the trees. a louder rustling than that caused by the wind. Brian stopped still, and Comthup wondered why his heart kept jumping up into his throat and nearly choking him. Then, from among the shadows of the trees, came a little figure all in white, a figure smaller even than Comthup, but very terrible coming in that fashion, and in that hour, and in that place.